Hey guys, if you're looking to cook a turkey in a Masterbuilt electric smoker, then this is the video for you. In this video, I'm gonna show you the best way to cook a turkey in the Masterbuilt electric smoker so you get nice, tender, delicious meat, you get crispy skin, and you get a nice smoky flavor on the outside. So stay tuned and let's get to the video. The most important thing about cooking any turkey is making sure that you brine it beforehand. That means you're putting it in a saltwater solution of about 1 cup of granulated salt to 1 gallon of water, and you're leaving it for about 24 hours. You can add all sorts of other spices into your brine, and there's lots of recipes out there on the internet, but all you really need to know is 1 cup of kosher salt or granulated salt to 1 gallon of water, and your brine is gonna be perfect. So luckily, this 11-pound turkey has already been pre-seasoned before I bought it, so I don't need to brine it ahead of time, but if I did, I would have brined it for 24 hours. The next most important thing to getting crispy skin and a nice delicious bird, especially in the Masterbuilt electric smoker, is you need to make sure the skin is very, very dry before you put it into the smoker. So to get the skin nice and dry, I put this bird in the fridge overnight, and that allowed the skin to dry out a little bit and get a little bit of airflow. Make sure you put it on the bottom shelf of your fridge and make sure it's uncovered. You wanna put it on the bottom rack of your fridge for food safety reasons because you don't want any of the drippings to drip down on any of your food. After we take the turkey out of the fridge, we're going to let it rest on the countertop at room temperature for about 30 minutes. And this is gonna help the temperature of the meat come up a little bit. It'll make the cook go a lot faster, and it's also going to help additionally dry out that skin a little bit more before we put it in the smoker, which is very important to get the crispy skin. So we'll come back in 30 minutes and then we'll start prepping this turkey to put into the Masterbuilt electric smoker. Okay, it's been 30 minutes resting at room temperature, so the temperature has come up a little bit. We're going to take it off of this drying rack now. And the next step in this process is called spatchcocking or butterflying the turkey. So we're not going to cook the turkey whole. We're going to cut it into 2 pieces, and this is going to allow it to have a much flatter profile in the Masterbuilt electric smoker. It's going to let it fit in a lot better, and it's gonna cook a lot faster and get crispier skin. So we'll take the turkey and we'll just make a cut right where the breastbone is. And you're cutting carefully the skin along the breastbone all the way to the top. And now we're going to flip it over. And there's already quite a few juices coming out. But we're going to take some garden shears and we're going to snip all along the backbone of the turkey. You can use garden shears or aviation snips or even a large pair of kitchen scissors or kitchen shears if you have them. Just make sure that they're pretty heavy duty because these bones are a little bit difficult to cut through. So we'll start cutting through this now. Okay, there's one side done, and now we're going to cut along the other side of the spine. Okay, and that's the spine off. Now we're gonna put this to the side and we're gonna make turkey stock out of it later. So we'll put this to the side. And now we're going to flip the bird over. There we go. And we're going to give it a push to crack the breastbone. There we go. And now we're going to cut up the cut we just made earlier and just cut right through the breastbone. Now this turkey is in 2 pieces, and you can lay 1 piece on each rack of the Masterbuilt electric smoker. It's going to be a lot easier to cook, and it's gonna cook a lot faster. Now that we've separated the turkey into 2 pieces, we're going to put 1 piece on each rack of the Masterbuilt electric smoker. And now we're going to apply some oil to the skin. Some people like to put butter on the outside of the skin to brown it up. Butter contains a lot of moisture, about 20% moisture. So we want to reduce the amount of moisture on the skin. So we're going to use oil which has no moisture content at all. So I'll take some olive oil and I'll start rubbing it on the outside of the turkey skin. And now we're going to apply some rub to the outside of the turkey. All that oil is going to help the rub bind. The recipe for this rub is in the description section below this video, so check it out. Basically, it's a basic barbecue rub with some paprika, chili powder, and it's also got some poultry seasoning in it for that extra turkey flavor. So we'll start applying this on the outside. All right, the rub is applied, so now we're going to put the turkey in the Masterbuilt electric smoker at 275 degrees Fahrenheit, as high as you can get the temperature on the Masterbuilt. We're gonna put one on the bottom and one on the top, and then we're gonna rotate them about every hour. So let's get these in the smoker. For this cook, I'm using some hickory pellets. I like to use pellets when I'm cooking turkey in the Masterbuilt electric because I find that they raise the temperature of the cooking chamber by probably 5 to 10 degrees. So it lets you get an additional amount of heat into the cook chamber, which you really need to squeeze out of this thing to cook turkey in here and get nice crispy skin. The maximum temperature of the Masterbuilt electric is only 275 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's very helpful if you can get some pellets in there that can increase the temperature. As I'm sliding the trays in, you'll notice that I'm putting them as close to the bottom heating element as possible, and that's to get the maximum amount of heat into the turkey. I'm also opening the vent to its maximum capacity because I want this chamber to be as dry as possible. I don't want the skin to get too wet because I want it crispy, and this is a low temperature, so we need all the advantages we can get. Now I'm going to close it up. I'm going to leave it for an hour. After about an hour, I'm gonna open it up again, and I'm going to switch the racks and turn them around just so the turkey heats more evenly. I'm also going to start basting them with some olive oil. So just get a silicone brush and just start brushing on some oil about an hour into the process, and that will help you really crisp up the skin as well. Now, after the first hour, I cooked it for another 3 hours. So this was about a 4-hour cook in total until the internal temperature came up to around 165 degrees Fahrenheit. It might be a bit shorter for you depending on what the ambient temperature is outside. As you can see, it's really cold where I am. There's a bit of snow on the ground. So probably had some difficulty maintaining temperatures inside the cooking chamber throughout the process, and that probably added an additional hour into the cooking process. So I would say for an 11 to 15 pound turkey, it's probably gonna take you 3 to 4 hours. So if you have a larger turkey than that, then budget your time accordingly. All right, this bird is done. I just took it out of the Masterbuilt electric smoker. It's around 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the breast and around 175 in the drumsticks. So this bird is good to go. Very important thing, before you start carving it up, you need to let it rest for at least 15 minutes and ideally probably around 30 minutes. What I like to do is use a cooler to rest it in. So I have a cooler prepared here, and I'm just going to put the bird into the cooler. I've got a metal tray on the bottom of it. So we'll pick that up. Ooh, drippy. Put that into the tray. There we go. So we're gonna let this rest for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll start carving it up. Now, while we're waiting, I wanted to talk briefly about why it's so important to let meat rest. Any type of meat, including turkey, needs to rest when you take it off of the heat source, whether it's your oven or your smoker, because it needs time to reabsorb all the moisture that's been agitated throughout the cooking process and is circulating throughout the meat. If you cut into it right away, all of that moisture is going to come out right away. It's gonna gush onto the plate, and you're not gonna have that moisture inside the meat where it belongs. And the meat, as a result, is going to be very dry. That's why if you've ever cooked a steak and cut into it right away, you'll notice that a lot of moisture is on the plate. You need to let steaks and turkey and briskets and any other type of meat rest after you take them off the cooking source. So that's why you do that. This is what I like to call one of the pillars of good barbecue. I've got 4 pillars of good barbecue. The first one is it's very important to brine. Brining helps retain moisture and improves the flavor profile and the texture of meat. The second thing is it's important if you're cooking other types of meat, not necessarily turkey, but if you're cooking brisket or a tough cut of meat, it's very important to wrap throughout the process. So wrapping means you're taking it out of the heat source, you're putting it in butcher paper or tin foil, and you're retaining all of that moisture. So very important for tough cuts of meat like brisket, very important for ribs and pork and beef. Not so much turkey. Sometimes you might wrap a turkey, but This time we didn't do that because we wanted to get really crispy skin on the Masterbuilt electric smoker. But most other meats you're cooking on the Masterbuilt electric, you're gonna wanna wrap them throughout the process. The third thing you wanna do is you want to hit your target temperature. So in this case, it was 165, and that's the temperature when chicken and turkey is really at its best because it retains enough moisture and it doesn't dry out. If you're cooking something like brisket, then you wanna get up to around 205 degrees Fahrenheit, including pork ribs, same temperature for pork ribs and for most other cuts of pork, including pork shoulder and other cuts of tough meat. So that's very important, hitting your target temperature. And the fourth thing that's very important and will make you a better barbecuer is resting your meat. And we've already discussed why it's so important. If you do these four things with everything you barbecue, then you're going to almost assuredly have a really good final product. All right, it's been about 20 minutes. I've got my barbecue gloves on. I'm going to take the turkey out of the cooler and I'm gonna start cutting into it. So we'll take this out. You can see all the steam coming out of here. That's a good sign. These things look really good. And you can even tell right away a lot of the moisture that was on the surface of these things has now been reabsorbed back into the turkey, which is a good thing. One thing before we get started, actually, I'm gonna put this back in, is I like to put a little wet rag underneath this cutting board just for safety reasons because it slides around a lot. So we'll get that under there. A little trick that I've learned over the years. And we'll put the turkey back on. There we go. And the other side. Right on. Okay, put this out of the way. Now we've got both sides here and I'm going to cut into the breast first. All right, so we'll start with a cut off of the breast here and see how it looks. All right. All right, so I've cut up a couple pieces of the breast and I'm going to do a quick taste test. The skin at first glance looks really crispy. Looks like it has a lot of flavor to it. It's got a nice brown texture. Looks like it got a lot of smoke. This is good. Really tender, really good skin. It actually is surprising how crispy the skin is and how easy it is to bite through, given that it was cooked at such a low temperature. But I think it's because I dried it really thoroughly in the fridge and then I oiled it beforehand and I oiled it, also basted it with oil throughout the process. So definitely do that if you're cooking your turkey from start to finish in the Masterbuilt electric smoker. You're going to need to follow those steps in order to get the crispiest skin. The one thing I would improve is it's a little bit dry for my taste. I think the problem was that I didn't brine it beforehand. Because the turkey was pre-seasoned, I didn't think that I needed to brine it. But what I should have done is I should have just brined it for 24 hours anyway. If you're getting a pre-seasoned turkey, I'd highly recommend brining it as well, and don't just rely on the fact that it's been pre-seasoned. Brining is going to add a lot more moisture throughout the process, and it's going to ensure that you get a really tender and delicious and juicy final product. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I hope this video helped you get the most out of your Masterbuilt electric smoker and helps you to start to use it for family occasions like Christmas and Thanksgiving for big pieces of meat that traditionally would have been cooked in the oven. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.